Hello everyone, this is Yael from Yael Alchemy, and I'm here to bring you the weekly twin flame reading for the week of July the 2nd to the 8th. Thank you for all those who have availed of the Couples Akashic Records reading when it was on special last month because it was my birth month. There are quite a lot of you. That's why the wait time has for the turnaround time has gotten longer and longer. But please be patient, okay? I will get through all of you, and for those who didn't make the cutoff, it's still available. I don't know what to say. I don't know when it's going to be on sale again, okay? But it's still available. Please do consider it because there's I get a lot of good feedback on how they're able to understand their relationship more, and it gives a good backdrop as to why things are the way they are with your twin flame or your karmic partners. Okay, so for those who are still on queue, thank you for your patience. I will get to you, and there. Secondly, you know what? It's a brand new month. It's July, and the thing is, like I was saying in my last video, that the energies are very intense. It seemed like light workers were having a very hard time, and I was still, going about doing what I had to do in both dimensions. Okay. But then again, it was, you could say that I was sort of not really sulking, but very, mm, I don't have a word for it. It's like, okay, so this is it, this might be it. But then again, the moment that July came in, even when I was, expecting very little from it and more of the same. There's this, it's a whole different energy. And, well, at first I was drawing cards for myself, and even, from my twin flame relationship, trying to find out what was going on there. And all the cards were good. And even when I drew for the sun card would always come up, and I'm like, okay. But then I think the sun card also represents July because it's Leo. And like I said, even if I was expecting very little for it, July came in with a punch. Okay, it's like the energy was. It's like it got bottlenecked, and finally the cork popped. Okay, and you didn't expect things to go on smoothly. It's like the path was cleared. I don't know if you've felt that in your own lives, but I guess this is a turning point. Okay, energetically, at least intuitively, that's what I feel, that it is a turning point, and that a lot of us were just holding, trying not to crack under the pressure, because these energies were building up until it really had to, and now it's going, and these are good things. Remember, we had the tower energy there, and I'm going to show you a picture, and because as I was mulling over what was going on, And I scrolled through my timeline and I saw this feed of, you know how the volcanoes in Big Island are erupting, right? So there, but this image caught my eye because it perfectly describes what's going on right now with the tower energies. And then we have this rainbow. You can see the rainbow there, seeing that that destruction is needed. But don't lose hope, because it heralds something new that's coming. And I sincerely feel that these new things are coming in. First, they're coming in right now. It's just like a slow trickle, but a trickle nonetheless. And as compared to the drought that we had before of good things happening and all that, this is going to it's going to be like an avalanche for the next part of the year. But don't preempt it, okay? Just accept it as it comes and be grateful for what comes, okay? But so there, that trickle is building up right now, and that's going to gush in a downpour of blessings for you, for those twins, light workers, star seeds who have really held up the fort while all this change, this transition was going on. Okay, so anyway, let's see if the cards reflect that. Okay, so as always, I've already prayed over the cards and shuffled them. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, we have here the Queen of Cups. If you notice, for several weeks, we've had the Queen of Swords. And Queen of Swords, no nonsense, really determined, just, she's the tough love queen. But now we have here the Queen of Cups. She's entering now. She's more gentle. She's kinder. It's like after all the tough love that we've been getting, all the lessons that we've had to learn the hard way, she's finally coming in, bringing comforting, very soothing energy to everything that's around us. And then we have the King of Wands. And see here, the King of Wands, this is a king of creation, okay? So here, this could also represent the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Because here, the divine feminine, now in a very... it's really a state of surrender. For some, you might mistake it for resignation. It's like life has beaten you, okay? And I understand, well, even me, in my personal life, a lot of challenges coming up this June. In fact, I've really had to withdraw just to cope with a lot of things that have been going on. So if you've messaged me in my Facebook page, I haven't logged on in my Facebook page because in a while now, because I didn't want to get pressured. I had this whole list of things to do, and there, and I'm still doing it. Okay, so that's a state of surrender, very receptive state. And here, this is like the inverted triangle, you know, in sacred geometry, the cup, okay, the Holy Grail, and the divine masculine now here taking his place as the upward triangle, okay, very moving forward. This is a very determined energy here. So this is his desires, his wants, his wanting to co-create with the divine feminine now, and using this energy, because you can read this both as energy. Okay, and look at this. This is this is the context in which we have here the Four of Wands, and this is 1111. And like I said, since because over here in just a couple of hours, we're like a day ahead. In just a couple of hours, yeah, that's going to be July 3. Okay, but it's just a second there in the Western Hemisphere. But anyway, for the past couple of days, I've been getting these number sequences. Like I said, I was very skeptical already, and even when a lot of blessings started to come in, I was not really cynical, but like, okay, you know, and but here right now, for the past couple of days, like I said, I've been getting these number sequences. Uh, there's 5 1s, number ones. Okay, 1111, which is really also part of the code to the divine healing code given to help Gaia ascend. It's the 1111, and then there's eights and fives. Okay, the five signifying change, the eights signifying the twin flame relationship. In fact, one time when I was driving, I got the numbers 4, 5, 8. 4, that's the other half, just one twin, but that's going to change into the number 5, signifying change into an 8. Okay, so remember, it's like this. The energy will start flowing already between two twins, between both twins. So, and then we have the Four of Wands, which is establishing that, the twin flame comeback, reunion. And here the Six of Swords, meaning this will be moving forward more smoothly now, and that it's still in the gestation period, but it's, look, she's full term. Okay, she's about to pop at any given moment, and that's it. That's the energy that I was saying, that it's coming out in trickles. It's like still in labor right now, but give it time, and it's going to eventually get there. So we need patience for the wheel to turn, but it is turning. Okay, because this is the last stages now, and here, look at this, it needs to turn, and we need to be patient, because when it turns, this Knight of Cups, and that's that offer, okay, that you have been waiting for, expecting for, from your divine beloved, that's when that's going to come forward. For now, it's still reversed. Okay, so let's go now to it's very important, these cards. Something I'm taking too much time, but you know, when the messages come here, that's what I read. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to open the cards for those who are just tuning in to my channel. Welcome and hello. This is the Infinity Spread, and this is the side of the Divine Masculine, and this is the side of the Divine Feminine. Okay, so for the Divine Masculine, we have here the Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Tower card, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so look, Divine Masculine, at least this week, starts out very awkwardly, wanting to express his love, his emotions, and you know, this is another forward moving energy, but very gentle, and it's almost shy. That's what I feel. Okay, it's awkward and shy and clumsy, and we got this during the last reading, sort of like the Divine Masculine didn't know how to go about it, and he's still here, okay? But what is he mulling over? What does he want to offer? And this would be it. The Ace of Cups. This is a new kind of relationship, or not a rehash of your old relationship. Because remember, the divine masculine who is coming forward at this stage is one who has gone through a lot of the process, and he has sort of graduated to the next phase. So depending on where your divine masculine is at right now, then if he's still not here, then either he would need more assistance, or you may not, it may be a blind spot for you that you may have something to work on because you're marrying each other, okay? But right now, for those divine masculines who are already here, they're ready for something new here. And this something new is going to come very quickly for them. And it almost reminds me of, you know how when you're trying to jump like a cliff into the water and you're scared because you can see the height and you're trying to negotiate your fear, and there's tentative steps. You try, and then finally something clicks and you say, to heck with it, I'm doing this. And then they just go on and jump. That's what I feel is going to happen with the divine masculines. You know, he's going to get tired of just, moving, vacillating between how am I going to do this? How am I going to move forward? And all of a sudden it's like, whatever. I'm going to do this, whatever the result is, whatever happens. When before, he would get paralyzed because he would overthink things. Okay? So that's going to happen very quickly for the divine masculines. And this is going to bring him great satisfaction in matters of the heart. Okay? You can see here that the Nine of Cups is the foundation of the Page of Cups here. It falls below the Page of Cups. So here, what he wants, why he is moving forward, is because he realizes now that this is the thing that is going to make him truly happy, because this is a wish fulfilled card. Okay? And the divine masculines before, they had a difficult time defining what would make them happy, what would make them fulfilled. Because remember, during that time, the energy of the Queen of Swords, okay, the Swords energy, that truth, the recognition of the truth, still hadn't anchored into them, into the divine masculines. It was just these past few months, it was an ongoing process. Okay? And so here he is now realizing what would truly make him happy and what would make him fulfilled in terms of matters of the heart. Okay? So there we have it for the divine masculines. And the card we have here, which would be his energies, would be the Thinker card. Okay, so like I said, I was telling you earlier that he was thinking it. Will I do this? Will I do that? So he's still in this energy. That's why he starts off very awkward. But that's going to, that impasse in terms of his action, that's going to get broken by this Tower card. Okay, this Tower card just cutting through the indecision because of his overthinking. And so that's what's going to help him make his breakthrough. Okay, so for the divine feminines, let's open our cards. We have here the Four of Cups, the Three of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm pausing because I remembered I wanted to mention something earlier before I even drew the cards, but I forgot. So anyway, I hope it'll come to me. Anyway, let's go to the divine feminine collective. First, we have here the Four of Cups. So she starts out very, because this is a card of almost ennui, boredom, okay, and dissatisfaction at the state of things. And that's what I was really speaking about earlier, wherein it's a ho-hum, okay, more of the same, not really expecting anything much, but just coasting. Because, in your personal twin flame ascension journey, you've learned how to adapt to the energies, to be flexible like a reed, okay? To not go against it, but to move with it. Like the Wheel of Fortune card that depicts the seasons, you go with it because that's the flow of the energy right now. You don't go against it. You don't go against the current. Hold on. Okay. I thought I shut down the video. Anyway, so there, most of the divine feminines still feeling that ho-hum, that very apathetic stance when it comes to their divine masculine. It's like, okay, if he comes, okay, if he doesn't come, okay, I can't do anything more. I've done what I can to help him, and we'll still keep doing the work. Okay, so like I said, it's a state of surrender. But this state of surrender, look, this state of surrender, because there's a very fine line there with apathy, that's in the state of surrender, and active dissatisfaction. Okay, and sometimes I don't know how to describe it because I just feel it in terms of energy, and it's like a hairline, the difference that'll swing you towards the positive kind of apathy that is a receptive kind of surrender, and the negative kind of apathy wherein it's going to block it. Okay, but for those who are in a state of positive surrender, the come what may, but not resentful of the way things are. Okay, see here, this allows the Three of Cups energy to enter, and this is the energy of celebration. It's like fellowship. Okay, fellowship, celebration, and in terms of in 3D terms, these are weddings, engagements, anything, even parties, gatherings. This is a very, when you go to a concert and then there's that vibe, it's almost electric because the crowd is all pumped up, hyped up, and excited. Okay, so that's the energy that allows that energy to come in because you're not blocking it with your resentment. And here, below the Three of Cups, for the divine feminines, we have here the King of Swords. And look, the King of Swords, very mature, meaning that whatever happens, you can see these two cards above, and even what's going on in... No, we don't have it here because that was the energy last week. It's like last week. The Tower energy here, this is a very mature way of dealing with it. Very detached, very objective. This is, oh, I remember now what I was going to say. It's like when you have the great masters of art, usually when they work on one of their masterpieces, it takes a lot of time. And I'm always reminded of that that door in Florence when I went to Europe, and the tour guide was saying that it took 20 years for the artist, I forget the name of the artist, it starts with a B, okay, to carve all those figures in the baptismal doorway. And it was his life's work. And what I was thinking was that, when you are creating such a masterpiece, and you do it bit by bit, every day, little by little, and the part that you're working on, you don't actually realize while you're working on it that it really contributes to the whole, okay? Because you are so dedicated on working on that part that you are focusing on. And it's just when you like zoom out, it's like photographs, if you see them in JPEG and you zoom in and you look at it, you can see the pixels, and it's like concentrating on that single pixel. Okay, and then when you zoom out, and then you see the beauty of what you created. And what I wanted to say was that these masters of art, usually when they finish, they don't really jump for joy and yay, it's done, it's done. No, it is a very calm energy of almost filled with awe and respect for that creative energy that runs through them, that enabled them to create such a great piece of work. And I'm not just talking about like sculptures and paintings. It is the same. If you write, it's something that takes time. You look at it with great awe and great respect. Okay? And there, it's very calm. This recognition that great work is finally done. That is this energy that it is bringing, and that's why there's this celebration. Because you can see here, the card that comes after this is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles, usually, it means that you have done what you've had to do to create the third energy along with your twin. Okay, so this is creating the third energy made manifest. And it's like saying anything that's created from the energy of love, you can't go wrong. The reasons that other things don't seem, it's because when people go out and do press releases that they did this because of this, well, Spirit actually recognizes what's in your heart. And I've encountered a lot of people who are that way, that on the outside, or their press releases for everyone else is that they constantly go to church, they believe in this, but their actions don't reflect that. Okay? And even when they do something, they will say they're going to do something because out of charity. But look, if their heart has not yet been cleansed, okay, and made pure by the silver violet flame that transmutes whatever that arises there out of ego, that is then, what is the source of that? It's still ego. It's not from the higher heart chakra that really creates that third energy, because it has to surpass everything that has to do with the ego to get there. But once you surpass it and you create from there, anything that you create will bring forth that abundance that the universe has in store for you. Okay? So that's where the divine feminines are at this time. So, again, because here, it depends when you are. Like I said, it's like a hairline distinction between going having this abundant energy gush, okay, in your life because you are in a state of positive receptivity, positive surrender, and but if you mix that with resentment with the way things are, then it goes here in the other side, and that is actually a block from all these blessings from coming in. Okay, so there. And of course, when I talk about blessings, that includes the divine masculine coming into her life. That's a block to that. He's willing to move forward, but it's up to the divine feminines to maneuver how they handle this. Okay, so here the card we have for the divine feminine is we have the peace card. And you can see here there is a dove bringing an olive wreath. So it's like a truce. That's why this is very applicable here, because you have to keep the middle road and not go overboard with this dissatisfaction, with this disillusionment and all that. Because here you can see this egg here, and usually it reminds me of the Orphic egg. Symbolically, the Orphic egg represents gestation of something new, and the something new is what is the, oh gosh, I'm losing words. The Orphic egg is what the divine masculine is mulling over, this new beginning. So this gestation, this whole different life basically for the divine feminine, where everything is just, she's just receiving and receiving and receiving. Okay? Because for the longest time being very pushy, I want this to happen, this to happen. Then you've been told, hold on, there's some work that has to be done. And then you get to do the work, and then there's this period wherein it's not yet ready, but it's for you to claim already. But if you still push and push and push, okay, that pushy energy of wanting this to happen now, this to happen now, that's going to delay it. So here, it's like keeping the peace, keeping the middle ground while things just stay still. Okay, and I'm going to pick a card in the middle for the divine masculines. Okay, hold on. Okay, here. Yeah, because, something popped up in my computer. The imported Windows updates are blah, 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 blah. And remember, I did that, and then I had to reformat. So I'm kind of, wait a minute. So I had to pause and tell, I don't know, Mr. Windows to do it some other time. Okay, so card for both the divine masculines and the divine feminines. The Six of Pentacles. Okay, so here, this is a card of giving and receiving. But look, in this particular deck, what we have here is somebody giving from above, somebody giving from below. So as above, so below. And look at this, because it needs to, this all has to do with the completion of this earth that is surrounded with these new vines. Okay, this is like a trellis. Okay, so the twins, they're like the framework for the ascension that holds up the framework, or the scaffolding that holds up the template for the new earth to come about, right? But here we're talking about also the personal relationships, because for a time you've had to do that. And that is ongoing already, the help that you're doing for the planet. And since it's it's like you've gotten the ball rolling there on that one. And while there is work, much of the the foundations have been laid, and that's the scaffolding here. And now it's time for what has been decreed above, okay, to be made manifest below. That's why we have here the pentacles. And that's really a good thing. Okay? And all you have to do now is to really be conscious of the energy that you are generating, and the energy that you have within you. Because like I said, if you're not conscious of it, it can go either way for you. Either make it delay it further, or just be in a state of acceptance, just like the divine feminine, the Holy Grail. So that here, when he finally does his breakthrough, then that cup is going to be filled. Okay? So that's what I have for you this week. As I said, massive energies coming in that helps in manifestation. And I think what helped, because I was also I actually forgot to activate the celestial abundance crystal that I had in me. So for those who still aren't aware of that, because a lot of you got it already, but the thing is, you may forget, because you're always trying new stuff, to activate it in the mornings. And I actually forgot because I was so preoccupied with a lot of things. But the past few days, I also activated it, and that helps. It's like it's a very how do you say it? Complementary energy to the the entrance of July, in switching the mode of where we are right now to a state of receiving. Okay, so for those who still haven't gotten the celestial abundance encoding, this is this helps you exude an aura of abundance, prosperity, and success from your solar plexus, and helps you attract high vibration frequencies attuned to circumstances you want to manifest. And you can activate and deactivate, because sometimes it's very strong and you may not be able to sleep. So you can deactivate it for a time and activate it in the mornings. Because once the ethereal citrine crystal is encoded within you, then you're going to have it forever. Okay, and that's going to help you feel energized and emotionally uplifted. And it's still there in my website, and so do check that out. Okay, so that's what I have for you. Take care, everyone. Bye.